Welcome back to our kitchen renovation series. This video will be about a refrigerator, our Samsung refrigerator. We are currently renovating our kitchen. We are using Wren kitchen cabinetry. We just finished installing all the cabinets and the island, countertops, flooring. We're just moving some items back into our kitchen. There are little issues here and there that we are dealing with. But today's main issue is something I think a lot of people overlook, even contractors, even experienced contractors. In our case, it is the fact that when we took on this project, designing our kitchen over at Wren, we had brought our model number for all our appliances. In this case, the refrigerator, 36-inch, our French door, our KitchenAid wall oven, our dishwasher from KitchenAid as well, KitchenAid stovetop, and microwave, and so on. All these items were factored into the blueprint of our kitchen. The sizing, all the data is already inside the programs that we're using. However, I go a little further and I read the documentation. And we previously purchased this refrigerator before this whole cavity was a Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero died. We took that out. It didn't last as long as we wanted to make the kitchen renovation. So we went ahead and purchased the Samsung we were going to use in the kitchen, which is the Samsung 36-inch French door. And we placed it in that cavity. It was plenty of space to the sides and left and everything else because it was originally a large Sub-Zero. Then, during the construction process, I found documentation, and particularly, reading through everything, make sure they had all the features we wanted, checked out the reliability, yada, yada. And of course, this document, PDF from Samsung, is called Will It Fit? And sure enough, be sure your fridge will fit. And it has fits 36-inch opening. The refrigerator itself is 35 3/4 width, okay? You see it right there, that's the documentation from Samsung. Give a bunch of other information, which we used because we need to calculate the distance between the island and how are we gonna get the refrigerator in. So in our case, we bring it down the hall behind here and drag it in this way, but there's also space to come in this way. We made sure that we had that space for maintenance service. This can come straight out, access to water panel behind it. There is plenty of space here to manage this refrigerator that was designed. I purposely made sure of that. I even cut down the size of our island to do so. But this model, that's the model number for this refrigerator. Model number right here on this. Again, I'm going to stress this Will It Fit PDF from Samsung. Well, the problem is that it bulges. This refrigerator has bulged. That is the true depth of what this should be. I'm gonna zoom in a little closer here. But as you can see, it tightens up over here. And then loosens up and then tightens again towards the bottom. And that's because the refrigerator has bulged on the top, tightened, and then bulged again. Very prominent on this end. So as a result, we can't fit this refrigerator fully in to its design cavity, right? This is a 36-inch cabinet. The cabinetry, this is actually MDF, so it gives a little bit, okay? But even with it giving, the 36-inch cabinet that it was designed for, the enclosure, which it states it fits in the documentation, the refrigerator itself has bulged to the point we can't fully put it in. And even more importantly, we can't open up this cabinetry to its left. So we can't put the refrigerator fully back. It's gonna be hard to take out and out if we have to service it for a reason. And we can't use the cabinetry. That's our problem. Did we do everything that we had to do before? Yes. Wren had the specifics. They even sell this refrigerator. They work through Plessers and all these other distributors with appliances. That's where we got our other appliances from. But in this case, we previously purchased this refrigerator. We used it for a few years, and with the anticipation that we'd fit it in here. The documentation, which says it fits a 36-inch, plus there was no red flags coming from Wren, the software, because it fits. It's designed for a 36-inch cabinet. We aren't going to get a 39-inch cabinet, which is the next size over. We wanted it to be snug and fit like a finished piece of furniture, right? This is a 36-inch refrigerator, meaning that it fits a 36-inch cavity. We left the appropriate space on the top, and by manufacture, there should be 1/8 of an inch on both sides for movement and breathability. We also have the breathability on the bottom. We also have plenty of space. We allocated extra space behind here too as well to have space behind. So we did everything we were supposed to do right, but yet it doesn't fit. So now the question is, whose responsibility is this? Now we've have a 10-year warranty or coverage with PC Richard, and their suggestion was alter the cabinetry. I refuse to accept that solution. One, this is designed for 36-inch. What if we couldn't alter the cabinetry? It's not fair for someone who can't, who has an existing kitchen. Plus, I don't want gaps. I got this because I wanted to have it enclosed like you see in the Samsung website. This refrigerator and its predecessors are all there, shown in the same cabinetry like this. This is not reinventing the wheel. This is how people install in new kitchens that have cabinetry around it. This is how it's installed. There is no customization, us cutting this piece, extending that, whatever, and where it's alteration. This is a 36-inch cabinet. You don't design the kitchen around the refrigerator. The kitchen's designed to fit a 36-inch slot cavity. Solutions that we have, which I know, it's pretty obvious to me, is that we can, cut this down, shift over to wine rack, shift this panel over, cut another piece like this, and give ourselves another 3/4 of an inch. Great, wonderful. But what does that do to the look of this? Who's going to incur that expense? It'll be my expense. I get something I don't want, I don't like the look of, an expense that I don't want to have. And it's not, what about the next refrigerator when it does fit a 36-inch? Now I have an extra gap, which defeats the purpose of having this fit customly into the wall. So these are issues that are they a result of a defective product? I think so. This should not be bulging like this. Okay? That's right off the bat. This refrigerator has had other issues, such as this ice maker, which was repaired under our warranty since we paid for the warranty, but it's under a class action lawsuit as well. It's junk. It was junk. And there's so many people, everyone I suggested getting this refrigerator to had the same problem, and it made me feel guilty on top of it all. But I digress. The refrigerator is defective. It should not be bulging this much, because the refrigerator is 35 3/4 inches. This is way protruding. And like I said, this is MDF. It's not stiff wood, lumber. It's so pushed out that it's pushing the MDF, which is causing this big drawer not to pull out. And you can clearly see it, that it bulges. I mean, you have a wide gap there. It's a huge gap compared to tight and then gap again and then tight on the very bottom. You see that? And it's only tight here in this part. And look at that gap. Then it tightens up again. So the logic here is you design a 36-inch refrigerator to fit a 36-inch cavity. That's it. No one's gonna, put in a 36. There's no such thing as a 36.5-inch cabinet or a 37-inch or 37.5-inch or 30, whatever size. It jumps from a 36 to 39, which is what we have here. Okay? That would give us a pretty big gap to the side of this. And that defeats the purpose of making an enclosure, right? Don't people have this, don't have counter depth where there's just wood paneling and stuff? This is not, again, reinventing the wheel. The refrigerator is defective. It's bulging considerably. And the question here is, who is responsible? How do we fix this without me having to incur additional expenses and make unsightly changes to my brand new renovated kitchen? Thanks for listening. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm griping, but the reality is here, these are issues, these are gray line areas, because you'll have everyone passing the buck. And then I get things like, well, you waited too long. Well, no, I didn't wait too long because I expected this to fit. I just had the kitchen done now. So does that mean I need to buy a kitchen when I get a brand new kitchen renovation done? That's not practical. And that's not a good answer. It's not a good answer when you have a defective item. I have people say, all refrigerators bulge. Well, they do. Isn't that why it's made shorter than 36 inches? And if so, doesn't Samsung know that? That's pretty clear to me. So, once again, thank you for listening.